It's Friday, June 23rd, and we might need to mark today in our calendars as the day Vladimir Putin's threats finally were taken seriously. At the beginning of the week, U.S. President Joe Biden said in really plain words that the threat of Putin using nuclear weapons in Ukraine is real. Just days later, at the Ukraine Recovery Conference in London, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky added that Ukraine had discovered a plan to attack the Zaporizhzhia Nuclear Power Plant. Zelensky described it as a terrorist attack that would cause radiation leakage. Now, two U.S. senators, Lindsey Graham and Richard Blumenthal, have introduced a bipartisan resolution declaring Russia's use of nuclear weapons or the destruction of the occupied Zaporizhzhia power plant in Ukraine to be considered an attack on NATO, requiring that NATO Article 5 kicks in. The motion has been put forth in the U.S. Senate that says acts taken by Russia, Belarus, or Russian proxies should be seen as an attack on NATO if they cause nuclear pollution on the land of NATO partners. Biden, Zelensky, and now the two U.S. senators. These three separate announcements aren't only about the threat being taken seriously, but it's about redefining what NATO Article 5 means and who is considered involved in Russia's aggression. U.S. Senator Graham said in a news conference on June 23rd that he doesn't believe that NATO countries will allow their territories to be contaminated with radiation in the event that a nuclear cloud spreads from Ukraine, meaning the damage may be seen as an attack, which opens the door for other types of non-conventional attacks to be redefined. If you've been with me for a little bit, you know that, for example, Bulgaria, both a member of the EU and NATO, has been discreetly supporting Ukraine since early on in the war. And also, since 2022, the Russian hacker group Killnet has attacked various Bulgarian government websites. Hacking is considered a form of attack and has not triggered NATO Article 5 yet either. While Biden spoke of nuclear weapons, Zelensky spoke of a terrorist attack, and Graham and Blumenthal seem to see both examples as a NATO Article 5 case. But who would NATO be fighting against? Russia said it would put tactical nuclear weapons in Belarus. That's the first time Russia has moved its nuclear weapons outside of its own lines. Graham and Blumenthal said that any use of tactical nuclear weapons by the Russian Federation, Belarus, or a Russian proxy, or the destruction of the power plant facility that sends radioactive materials into a NATO member and causes serious damage should be seen as an attack on the alliance and trigger Article 5. Well, what are the Russian proxies? A proxy is someone or thing that acts in the place of another. Proxies are great for plausible deniabilities. Proxies can be private military companies or breakaway regions supported by Russia, like Transnistria. Some political commentators see Serbia as a Russian proxy in the middle of Europe. Well, what should we be watching for? How other NATO members, especially those who would experience nuclear fallout, respond to the U.S. Senate resolution. And let's see how countries that have maintained close ties with Russia, and not just Belarus, but countries in Europe or NATO members like Serbia, Hungary, and Turkey, how will they react to the term Russian proxy and as this term takes on a life of its own? Language like this creates even more polarization.